This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Top sources say MK Alagiri calls it quits from the cabinet and his party in a pressure static. The resignation letter is handed to his father. But there's more to it. The prodigal son wants Kannimozhi and A. Raja out and a juicier bit of the state politics pie. If a fire breaks out in the plushest mall, get ready to say your final prayers. Lack of rescue equipment put Chennaiites in grave danger. Amma graduates from taking on the cause of the battered roads to the vehicles on it and the slums by it. Will the Chennai police be forced to take action against Lalit Modi with the first summons rejected? He received the second one from the Central Crime Branch.
We will take action against all of them who don't appear under Section 172 IPC before the court. Follow
your heart and dance your way into the actual profession. Meet artists who are true blue committed to their passion. After India's singles dreams came crashing down, the Indo-Pak Express claims victory to end the round 2. This is the late night news on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. Let's also look at the national headlines at this hour. The first victim of the big Citibank fraud speaks out, says there are multiple parties involved in the scam. Allegations of severe corruption forces the son-in-law of KG Balakrishnan to take the exit door from the Youth Congress. The organising committee chairman of the CWG, Suresh Kalmari, is grilled over the irregularities in the scam. The Pakistan Punjab governor's assassination was planned. The accused had warned colleagues and had been removed as a security risk. And Callis has scored yet another century, guided South Africa to set a target of 340 for India. On to our top story first. The open war within the DMK's first family is out again. Union Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers MK Alagiri has reportedly submitted his resignation from the cabinet and has also quit his post as the organizing secretary within the DMK. Sources say Mr. Alagiri's resignation letter was submitted last evening to his father and that the Prime Minister's office has yet to receive it. But with this move, it is surely being viewed as a pressure static, as the prodigal son does have quite a few demands in that letter to his Chief Minister father.
A virtual pitched battle within the ruling DMK family in Tamil Nadu. Union Chemicals Minister MK Alagiri has reportedly put in his papers to his father and party chief Karunanidhi, threatening to quit public life. A former telecom minister A. Raja is not stripped of his party post. Alagiri also wants action against his half-sister Kannimozhi and State IT Minister Pungodai for their remarks against him in the recorded conversations with corporate lobbyist Neera Radia.
With assembly polls just a few months away, Alagiri could severely damage the DMK's chances for a comeback. In the 2001 assembly polls, Alagiri put up rival candidates and the party lost around 30 seats in his bastion.
DMK sources believe Alagiri's tantrum could be part of a strategy to carve a larger political space for himself and to garner more seats for his loyalists. While those close to Alagiri deny these reports, this is what he had said last year. The Congress is closely watching the turmoil in the DMK. Sonia Gandhi even met DMK Parliamentary Party leader T.R. Balu, though the visit was described as a courtesy call. A tightrope walk for Karunanidhi as his older son wages an opal battle against his daughter. With Sam Daniel in Chennai, Amitabh Revi, NDTV.
Meanwhile, in what is surely a surprise gift on her birthday, DMK Chief Karunanidhi showered praises on Rajya Sabha MP and daughter Kannimozhi today after stepbrother Alagiri played party pooper by allegedly calling for action against her. Sky-high praises were heard from Daddy Dearest, especially for her role in organizing job fairs across the state.
நம்முடைய மாநிலங்களவை உறுப்பினர் கவிஞர் கனிமொழி அரசாங்கத்தினுடைய இந்த திட்டத்தை மாவட்ட அமைச்சர்களோடும் மாவட்ட ஆட்சித் தலைவர்களோடும் இணைந்து இந்த வேலைவாய்ப்பு முகாம்களை பல மாவட்டங்களிலே நடத்தி வருகிறார். அந்த முகாம்களில் இதுவரையிலே மொத்தம் நான் சொன்ன அந்த கணக்கு 2,33,712 வேலை வாய்ப்பற்ற நிலைகள் கலந்து கொண்டார்கள் என்றும் அவர்களில் 1,33,998 பேருக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்ததா என்றும் அறியலாம். நிகழ்வன மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். இந்த முயற்சியும் ஒரு வகையிலே இன்னொரு பக்கத்திலே தொடர வேண்டும் என்று விரும்புகின்றேன்.
I wonder if that's an answer to Sam Aragiri's letter last evening. And moving on, theatres in Delhi may be clued in with regard to fire safety, but in Chennai, they have a long way to go. Fire is a tragedy waiting to happen, especially in multiplexes with built-in cinema theatres. Going to theatres is still the most popular form of entertainment here for Chennaiites, but are theatres alert enough when it comes to fire safety? Indifference to mandatory fire safety norms puts the audience at a great risk, since their chances of escape would be greatly reduced. Our crime reporter Salim does a reality check on Chennai's multiplexes in this exclusive report. A cloud of smoke was an unscripted reality at the so-called best mall in Chennai 4 days ago. After an hour-long battle to put off the fire, firefighters and visitors were left choking on the smoke, and a handkerchief to the nose was hardly a barrier. Experts say smoke inhalation is the primary cause of deaths in indoor fires. Fortunately, on that day, there was no casualty.
There are smoke suction devices which can immediately suck out the smoke and make it bearable for people so that they can be evacuated safely. So that I've been insisting that should have, but it is not there in any other building. No building has a smoke suction device. Because ultimately, when a fire takes place, people die because of suffocation, because oxygen level comes down.
It is worse in other multiplexes. They are not fully equipped to handle emergency situations, and narrow exit routes only make quick getaways impossible. During inspections, it emerged that a stampede-like situation is in the offing. Audience clearly are sitting ducks. Emergency response teams exist only in the movies, not in the real world.
But emergency reaction team
Experts say 70% of the fire accidents occur due to faulty electrical wiring. Walk into the closet of any multiplex in Chennai, you will notice live wire hanging from the ceiling. Authorities say they are worried, since mushrooming malls and multiplexes in the city are not taking fire safety norms seriously. Multiplexes in the city may be destination hangout for people of all age groups, but many of them are violating critical safety norms, an attitude that puts citizens to great risk.
It seems no lessons have been learnt since the Upar cinema tragedy in 1997 that claimed over 50 lives, to ensure that a day at the cinema does not turn into a real horror. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Well, in reaction to that, the DGP of the Fire and Rescue Services in the state, R. Nataraj, spoke to NDTV Hindu about the action he plans on taking against the violators here in the city of Chennai.
No, we have been repeatedly telling all these big commercial complex and the malls that they should strictly adhere to the fire safety norms. Not only fire safety, total package of safety, whatever that has been prescribed as per the building code. Of course, we also during our annual drill, mock drill, again tell them these are things which have to be done, and we also give them in writing the deficiencies which we notice. Supposing if there is a continuous indifference, then these malls face a threat of closure. Definitely the licensing authorities will be addressed and we will ensure that these malls are closed.
Well, up ahead on the late night news, the Home Minister strikes a chord with the Aam Aadmi, calling the skyrocketing digits of today the worst tax ever.